Hi, Mickey from Flipping Spain here. Sorry, it's been a minute. Also, apologies that I am getting over a bad cold, so I sound horrible. But wanted to talk to you today about changing from NALCAP to a digital nomad or another visa. So my video on applying for NALCAP last year was super popular, and this is the time of year where you're all doing your applications. Maybe you've just finished them, and you're going to be waiting for the next few months to see if you're going to Spain and what region you'll be going to. And I just wanted to say that if you're on the fence about becoming an auxiliare, it's a really great stepping stone. Even if you don't think it's the thing you really want to do or are passionate about, or you might want to do for years to come, it's worth trying because one, you'll find out if you love it, and then there are so many opportunities for English teachers or English assistants all over the world, so it can really take you a lot of places. Or if you want to be in Spain long term, it's a good way to get your foot in the door. So for me, what happened was I came over last year as an aux. It was my first time. I have taught English before years and years ago, but didn't really have any experience. Came over. My situation was a little interesting. I got placed in a very far away location in some tiny different schools. I had a very hectic schedule and I had a long commute, which really cut down on the time I had to enjoy where I was living and also do supplementary work to actually make a decent living. It wasn't for me. But once I was here and I sort of understood the administrative things and I had some of the key documents that you get when you first move here, it was really easy for me to look at other visa options and say, you know what, I want to change. So I ended up changing to a digital nomad visa, which wouldn't be the easiest thing for anyone because you do have to have some kind of remote job or your own company. But for auxiliaries that are more mature, like myself, you may have another business back in your home country or a company that you can use to apply for digital nomad visa. And that's what I did. I used my old property renovation company because it was established and I could show that it had financial resources and things in order to change visas. I also very seriously considered the study visa, where you enroll in a full-time Spanish language program, because one of my top goals here is to improve my Spanish. And because that would actually allow me to then continue my private classes or other part-time work outside of school and be able to afford to live here, since it's quite affordable anyway. For example, there are a lot of private companies that offer the language schools for those kinds of visas, and they can be quite pricey. However, here in La Rioja, in Logroño, if you enroll in the program at the university, it's less than 4,000 euros a year, which is way cheaper than my master's I did in the UK to get my visa there. So it's definitely something to look into. The issue with changing to a student visa like that is that, like the auxiliary visa, it's not going to count towards any sort of long-term residency as quickly as another visa might, but maybe that doesn't matter to you. And then there are also other visas. If you've got financial resources, you can do a non-lucrative visa. And then what a lot of auxiliaries have done is they come, they do the program, they complete it, and then they apply to be self-employed. And then they just carry on teaching English or something because they specialize in that. I think the rules have changed and that has become a little more difficult, but the whole point of this is that once you're in the country and you understand how things work and who to talk to, it is much easier to then adjust your situation so it suits you better than it is to be overseas and just thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to make this huge move. How will it work? Because when you come as an auxiliary, whether with the NALCAP program or another, you have this sort of immediate community of other auxes in your area, of people who have done it before, of other expats that are looking for English-speaking people to connect with. And you have this like support system where you're all going through the same steps and you can help each other figure out how to do it. And that just makes it so much easier to get here. And then once you're here and you're feeling comfortable and you've got an apartment and you're settled, you can sort of adjust things from there. So I highly recommend applying and giving it a go. It'll be an amazing experience regardless. of how long you do it for and whether you change your situation or not. So if you're thinking about doing it, throw me a comment. If you have made the change as well to another visa, throw us a comment. And in the meantime, I'll see you in the next video.